This is an example of a magic lantern, which was used to project the slides. I think it was pretty common for these things to be sort of notoriously hot. And it's surprising that the slides actually have fared as well as they did over the years, projecting that much light and that much heat.
About 2/3, roughly, maybe more, of the slides or of the photographs in this collection were taken by either Herbert Wheaton Congdon or Theron Dean Congdons. He really loved what's being outside and hiking, and he was able to take a lot of his expertise and knowledge and apply them to the early Long Trail, and he mapped a good portion of the early Long Trail. Theron Dean was a big promoter of the early Green Mountain Club and the early Long Trail. Dean took slides and did presentations not just around Vermont but around New England. He also went to MIT and put on a presentation there that drew hundreds of people to see it, and he would travel a lot around the state and do his presentation promoting the use of the Long Trail. And a lot of the glass slides themselves are Theron Dean slides.
The collection came in years ago, was in some use but not as much use as it could be, and in this sort of modern day era where we have the possibility of digitizing things and putting them online, it seemed like a really good collection to take a look at and see if that was a possibility. The libraries decided to tackle the collection and put it online on the CDI site, and were able to do a couple of nice things to get the collection online. Most importantly is we were able to use geographic names, name headings which had coordinates in them, and then build a Google Maps feature out of that.
If you're interested in a specific area or photos from a specific area, you can scroll along our map and it has points along the way. You can clearly see where the Long Trail is, and click on one of the points and that will bring up all of the photos from that area. So I live in Waterbury. Bolton's really close to me, and so I've sort of been poking around all of the points around my area and pulling up all of the photos associated with those points. One of the things I find, having worked with this collection, most interesting is the background it gives you to go out there and hike. Taking this knowledge and looking at these slides and the history of a specific shelter or a specific trail, or some of the names, you come across names all through the trail. Knowing what those names mean, knowing who they're referring to. When you come to a shelter, taking the history of the building of that shelter or the people who have spent nights there before you, knowing that history really, I think, will add a lot to a person's next hike.